Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing the glitter swirl tumbler, and I love this tumbler so much. This is one of my favorites. So first, to get started, you'll need to properly prep your tumbler, and then just spray paint your base whatever color you're going to be using that's closest to your glitter color. So what I did with my base is I spray painted it pink. And now I'm just putting a thin coat of epoxy on top of my tumbler, letting it spin. Then I'm coming in with my 3 glitters, and you can use more colors than this. I just decided I wanted to go with these 3. The client told me she just wanted pink and gold, so she told me I can go for it. So I decided to use my own glitters from TbyLAccessories.com, and I'm using Passion Party, which is the pink. I'm using Solid Gold, which of course is that gold color. And then the white color is Mirror Mirror. These are all on my website. Again, you can find these. And then after I have put my glitters down, I let that spin until it's dry. And then I come back the next day and I put a thick coat. Yes, you could do it the same day. I like to come back the next day when I know everything is in place and it's stiff, and come back with a thick coat of epoxy to seal everything. Okay, then I let that turn. I come back in the very next day and I start adding my micas. The mica colors that I'm using again are from my website. It's Magenta Sunset, white Illuminite dye, and then I'm using a Royal Gold mica. So the white is a dye, but the other 2 are micas found on my website. And there's no right or wrong way of putting these. I had a diagonal positioning, so I just went diagonal with these. I added a little heat. You add as much heat as you want, but keep in mind that the more heat you add, the more it's going to run. So here's my finished result. I'm telling you, this is one of the easiest, prettiest tumblers you can make for yourself or for one of your clients. Hope you enjoyed this video. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into how I finish a tumbler off. My client also wanted a picture of her son on there. So I thought, to keep with the theme of the gold going on, I decided to come in with my Tech Wrap Chrome Gold vinyl. And this can be found on Amazon. I will make sure to link everything in the description. And so the reason I'm showing you this, some people ask me, what is vinyl? How do I weed? What is weeding? So what I'm doing right here is I'm removing any vinyl from around my lettering. That is what weeding is. It's just removing any vinyl from around your cut lettering. And I do you have a Cricut Explorer 2, but this can be done with a Silhouette, a Cameo, anything that you have that cuts vinyl. So only thing I'm doing is weeding around my letters, and you'll know what you need to take off and what you need to leave on there. So of course I'm leaving the name on there, and that right there is transfer tape. You're going to need transfer tape. Transfer tape is just that. It transfers your vinyl over to your actual tumbler, or if you're using a canvas or whatever you're using, it just helps make it easier for you to transfer that vinyl over. I like to fold mine in a corner and then line it up on one side. And then I kind of just rub it on there, make sure it's there, and then I draw it over. Some people like to take the entire thing off. And if I'm doing a smaller image, yeah, I'll just take the whole transfer tape off and just slap it on there. But with this one, it was a little bigger, so I want to make sure I have it from corner to corner. And I'm just making sure to smooth it all out. You don't want any bubbles or anything popping up in your vinyl, because it's not going to look right. So if you could just smooth this out as much as possible while you have it on your table. And just only thing you're doing is going over it. And even if you don't have one of these little scrapers like I have, you can use a credit card. You just want to make sure it's smoothed out as good as possible. My little blue, this right here is something easy you guys can make. I do have a better one, but I wanted to show you my little 2 pool noodles. There's 2 small pool noodles and ponytail holders. And that's what I use sometimes to hold my tumbler in place, just so I can line it up, make sure that it's straight while I'm adding the picture or image onto my tumbler. So that's all I'm doing here, is I'm just making sure it's lined up. It's not crooked. Nobody wants a crooked image on their tumbler. So that's all I'm doing, is just making sure it's positioned correctly. It's straight. It's where I need it to be. Then I pulled one little piece off of the side. This is a white sticker paper, and I also put the link at the bottom. I cut a little bit off of the backing. I like to do all of my work a little at a time, so that way I make sure everything is smoothed out. The biggest thing with vinyl sticker paper and vinyl in general is you want to make sure it's smooth out. And then I just pull that back part and I just go smooth, just a little at a time. Everybody does this different, This is the way that I've noticed that it helps my images go on there smoothly, no creases, no wrinkles. And then it just kind of falls off the back and I know it's there. And I just kind of smooth it out some more. That's how I do my vinyl sticker paper. Again, everybody does theirs differently, but this is what works for me. And now I'm just looking to see where I want to add that name. And this again, you can always look to see and position your items where you think is going to be best for you. You'll see me, I'll kind of move it around and say, okay, is that where I want it? Of course, I don't want the name over my picture at all. So that's why I'm kind of moving it around just to make sure, okay, is that where I want it? Do I want it more diagonal or how do I want it? Again, that's totally up to you and how you feel comfortable. I like to use more of transfer tape on this part only because I can stick my transfer tape down and don't have to worry about it moving once I do have it in the position that I do want it. Okay, so you see there, I have it where I want it. So I'm going to come back in. I'm going to slice the backing from my vinyl, just like I did on my printable vinyl paper, just to put it in position, smooth it out. Always smooth everything out. That's why I like to do a little at a time. Sometimes when you're working with a big image, if you do too much, believe me, you will get bubbles, you'll get creases, and it's hard trying to fix them. So the only thing I'm doing is rolling that back. And this, I'm just doing a little bit at a time. You see, I'm holding that back, smoothing a little at a time. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite tumblers. And I've made a couple of these, but I love this pink and gold color together. And if anybody else decides to make one, I'd love for you to tag me so I can take a look at yours. I love doing these glitter. I call it the glitter swirl. Some people call it the Milky Way. It looks more like some glitter swirl to me, but whatever you decide to call it, it's up to you. So there we are. Now I'm just taking my transfer tape off. And seeing it's laying down. And you guys, I do reuse my transfer tape. If it doesn't have a lot of glitter or fuzz or whatever, I do reuse mine. So there you go. There's my name on my tumbler. I also have my picture, and now I'm going to put another coat of epoxy on top of this to seal it down. What I normally do is I add 2 more coats. So I'll put 2 more coats on top of this just because I want to make sure that it's sealed in. And that's done. It's a done tumbler. So now what I do is just put my 2 coats, slap it in, get my photos out, and done. That was the end result to this tumbler. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and please come back for more. We'll have more ideas for you coming up soon. Thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks.